Oh, hi again. It's me. We're going to talk about Ram-funk-tious now. I'm going to try to keep it going. By the way, if you didn't have these laying around during the last video, I was going to give you a grade. Like, it's not definitely not going to be an A, right? Like, we're professional musicians, right? So let's pick these up now, or pause this video and go get them. And let's talk about Ram-funk-tious. All right, the first thing I want you guys to know, we're going to label the arrangement. We did that the last tune. Why? Why can't we just play the sheet music, sir? Because we want to act like pros, you know, because we want to play the best music we can possibly play. And in order to do that, it helps to compartmentalize the musical arrangement so we can grow and grow or not grow. Maybe there's a statement of a melody, a restatement, perhaps a bridge, some counterpoint, right? Even in rock and roll or pop music and trap music or whatever the cool kids listen to. Here we go. The intro is at the beginning. Letter A, measure 11. Letter B, let me ask you a question. If you guys have listened to this tune, I'm sure you've been working on it. After letter A, at what point next on the page might the B section come? Where's the musical deviation? There's a question for you. When does it change? Some of you guys are like, got it. But for those, let's pause for the rest of our class, right? For those of us, certainly this would have been me. I'm like, I don't know. Measure 27. Put a B in a box. Okay, measure 27, gang. You'll hear it in the musical arrangement. And for those of us who didn't really know, but you've heard this recording, you were like, oh, of course. Yeah, right. So again, just hope this stuff helps you guys. Put a letter A in a box at measure 36. Page 2, top of page 2, put a letter C in a box. This is a new section. We have not played this. So this is at least a 3-part arrangement. All right, so let's listen to this stuff. I have some remarks prepared. All right, for this tune, and Ram-funk-tious, shout out to Kris Berg. In general, you need to act like a normal drummer, okay? And you need to play musically with the bass guitar, particularly on this tune. I mean, that goes for all the time. Like, don't act like a weirdo. Just play your instrument the right way, right? Not a, hey, look at me the whole time. That ruins the songs, right? But in this tune, the bass line is number 1 on an electric guitar. So already put that hat on. It's not an upright. Number 2, it's very busy and percussive. It's this really ripping slap bass line. So bass player, I hope you see this one day. Shout out, solid. So basically, for my drummers here watching the video and the contest, what you really need to adopt as a mindset is that you have an auxiliary percussionist too in that slap element of the bass guitar, right? I'll give you a hint on how to interact with it. I'll tell you more. It's a 4-bar bass groove, okay? He doesn't repeat anything really till the end of the 4-bar phrase. And sure, there's does he play an Yeah, he plays an but generally speaking, the groove evolves over 4 bars, which is very hard to do and make it work. So again, props, dude. Funky bass player. One time for the funky bass player. There you go. Write it out rhythmically if you have to. You don't need to write the bass notes, guys. I wrote it out on page 2. Right there on the bottom. Okay? I'm not going to give it away. The keys are related. So, we skipped an arrangement part. So write intro or I in a box at measure 7, which is a 4/4 bar immediately after the 2/4 bar, the drum fill. At the intro, back to what I was saying, you'll hear this bass and keyboard player really lock in there, and it will be on full display, this 4-bar groove that together they really do it. Props to the keys player too. I hear you, buddy. It's a lot of fun to play with you guys. So let's listen to this take. I'll give you a couple notes on take 1. Measure 5. I do a double kick for those that want to go for that or want to know what I'm doing. I changed the voicing. So I changed the voicing. Measure 5, it goes 1 and 2 and 3. Ba-ba-da-boom. Chicka-da-boom. And lily 4. And I go, do-ka-do-ka. I do something there. Again, interpretation. We talked about that in the last video. Let's say it out loud, class. Interpretation. Right? As a drummer, you are learning. If nobody's told you this, I'm telling you. You are learning to interpret the information that is presented to you. And sometimes it is 100% meant to only be adhered to, right? Only adhere to the ink. At others, you have freedom. And you're looking like your head spinning, right? Like, well, cool. When do I have freedom and when should I not? Because that'll be doing it wrong. We're learning, okay? So I'll give you, hopefully with these videos, some, direction in how to adopt your mindset and grow as a musician. All right. Here we go. A lot of yapping, but I think it's worth it, guys. That's a feel like I play double stop, I think, or whatever. You can play a flam and then kick, right, left. Kick, right, left. All right. And the next thing is, if you interpret this fill at measure 6, the 2/4 bar, exactly, crash. That's cool. That's a great example of adhering directly and only to what's written, right? I choose to play on the toms. I think it's fine. I interpret it. All right, I'm not gonna stop for a second. There's a bass line. I'm only stopping because my computer's being dumb. And we're back. I want you guys to notice that at letter A, I choose not to crash probably almost every take. It's got a crash even notated in the cymbals like crash, which would totally be fine. I have to make the rules right now. I don't have a musical director. I don't have a band director or band leader saying, hey, where's that crash? So I get to make the recording I want to make. And then I'm just going to play it real good, and that's my race. I'm going to run my race, and I'm going to try in a contest mindset that you are in. With that game plan and that playbook, I'm going to try to beat you. I said it. I'm going to try to win the contest. And if I get beat because somebody put a crash cymbal on 1, it's probably because they also played at least as good as I did, or they played better. You know what I mean? So crash on 1 if you want. I probably didn't. Here we go. Cool, so that's a crash at the intro. That makes sense. Here's a no crash. Ready? The melody comes in on 2, 3. All right, so 2 and 3, ga da ba da, bop, boop, bop, boop. I don't want to crash. I do. Is it illegal? No, but that's why. I want to explain my logic to you guys when I can. I play the fill down, and then we come back up, right? And I did that in Streetlight too. That's kind of my go-to move. It's musical. It works. Okay, let me make sure I'm not missing anything. To measure 26. I choose to play the fill on beat 1 because the band holds at least a half note until beat 3 where the saxes play that rhythm. Then I play with the saxes on beat 3. Imagine that. So we're listening for measure 26. Mark it if you need to. You can find letter B as 27, hint, hint. So mark 26 and listen to how it says to fill on 3, but I fill on 1. I take the whole measure. Interpret. Take a chance. Play good music. the bell, the throat, carapi, however you say it. Just quarters. Putting the hi-hat in. I want to build tension. It didn't feel good for me to just play the same drum beat over the two sections at B. Grab your music, look at letter B with me. If you haven't marked it, mark it. 27. Let's go back. So it's letter B. Bing, bing, boom, bing, boom, ba-dum, bum, boom, boom, ba-dum, bum, ping, 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 bum, boom, back-a-deck-a-dig-a-gum, boom, chick, boom, chick, boom, chick, baga-chick-oom, chick. I bring in the left foot to, like, shake it up a little. Listen for that. The hi-hat. Cool, let's talk about the next portion here. Measure 34, you see accents written. Ready, and a 2E, 3E and a 1E, 3, 2, 3, yeah, whatever. Okay, so, but you get it. Ba-ba-do-bop, ba-ba-do-bop. And so I voice my fill with the hi-hat there. And pro tip, it's a flam accent, flat, flam accent, flat, and it's a flat unison flam. Of course, we don't want open flams in this particular application of the percussion. Listen for that. I like giving the sax pickups. Moving on, okay, moving on. At letter A, measure 36, we have the fill, 2, ja, boop, bop, boodly, bop, whatever they play. So I feel fill, 2 and 3 and bop, bop, boodly, or fill, 2 and a 3. Sax is the. That's my mindset there. That's my approach, okay? I just leave space for him. I think it's cool. I'm going to try to pick it up. Keep moving. Yeah, so there at measure 44, find that for me. I fill beats 4E into 1E into 2, but up, okay? So, you have, just because you see that diamond, it's that upside down half note that looks like a diamond. We call those diamonds in the, pop world, I guess you could say, in church and pop music. So that, so I play 1 and 2 and 3, and up into 1E and a crash. You can set up that, okay? And then, and just note that I have a big fill coming out of there. Chaka-daka-do crash, so like I save that. That's like my big fill moment there. I try not to spend that early. All right, I've got a note here. Let's listen to the end. I don't love my fill at the end. I feel like it should not stop and connect to the downbeat. Let's see what that sounds like. A quick note on this take is I'm not playing tickets 1 yen 2 yen tickets. I'm playing 1 and 2 and. This would be good if you're a beginner, and you'll see me in most of my takes go for the 1 yen 2 yen 3 yen with the trumpet stabs, and it's this opposite motion. It's pretty heavy. So if you're a younger drummer, maybe a freshman trying out sophomore, or even a senior that's like new to drum set, and you're like your skill set is limited in some ways, then this is a good example for you guys, okay? Tick, six, six. Just move the feet together, both feet, and they're on the downbeats, and this is on the upbeat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, and it's a disco beat. Stay on it. This gets weird there. Oh, I opened up the hi-hat. Sure, it's a fill that works. I'm not going to not release this video for that 1/16th note that I missed. Like, it's fine. We can talk about it. Take 2. Different fill. Ba-ga-ga-da-ga-doom. Woo! we're looking at measure 17 next, okay? Locking in with the rhythm here. You got to write out that bass part, okay? That different feel. Ka-doom. So it's 2, 2, and 3, and 4, a 1, crash. So that was my fill there. Did not choke. Take 1, I went 1, 2, 3, 4, crash in the left, choke in the right. I trade voices there, right, with the choke. This time I let him ring. It was something different. Playing bucks, so the bell and the inner. Ding, touch, ding, touch, ding, touch. Different fill. I like the buck feel, the tiny inner beat. That was an open hi-hat. Flam accent, flam accent. To play flam accents, flam accent, flam accent. That's a solid move. And this is, of course, they're not in 3. They're in 1 yenda, bugga-da-ba. But the hi-hat was open there. Is it wrong? Is it illegal? You tell me. I mean, it's more of a loose. This thing is sizzling over the tight rhythm execution of the band, and so therefore it might be determined that maybe shorter sounds are the way, sir. I don't know. In a live setting, nobody's going to be like, "Man, dude, you were killing the hi-hats, though, right? That one measure, like not going to say that, So pay it some attention, pay it some mind, and serve the art form. All right, moving on. Let's listen to me make spaces for those saxes again, okay? No crash there. I like no crash. Ooh. Lock in with those trumpets, learn that part. I like to invert that fill because the band is going 1, 2, 3, 4, ascending again, and I'm playing 1 and 2 and 3 again. So you'll hear me do that in some more videos. Okay, let's listen to that. Pretty safe, though. Boom, boom. Ooh, trumpets there. Page 2 coming up. That's a good example. I like to play with the trumpets there. Last measure of page 1 is going to be 51, and it's where you have anaphore as your figure. So again, we're at measure 51, bottom of page 1, last line, last measure on the page. I'll give you this one. You might want to mark in above that, anaphore, anaphore, and you have the anaphore. But the trumpets play ba-ba-doo-ba, ba-ba-doo-ba, and you can start to interact with that before you go to page 2. Let's listen to that, okay? Hand-offs are so crucial as a rhythm player. Our role is to always play while the band takes breaths and breathers and solis, and they have moments. We remain, right? So when you guys get a little bit better at the art form of like setting up a handoff into it, which is your fill and how you mentally approach the rhythm, the music, excuse me. That's when you will begin to have so much joy in your life with the music. We're talking about that right now, okay? And a 2E, and a 4E. So let's listen back to what I do. When I'm playing I've practiced my move into the. Ready, go. Open. Gotta go somewhere. Saxon, take me there. Woo! Let him ring. The end fill. Let's review that. It's pretty complex. We're going to state that first. Um, go for it if you want, but don't you spend 50 hours from now until September and then get it wrong. And you're like, because you couldn't do my fill. Like, find direction and find inspiration in these videos. Make it your own. You've got time, you know? You're a better version of yourself every day the sun comes up, all right? So let's listen back to this fill. I love the way it's kind of choppy enough. I step forward and I'm like, here I am. Like, this is my moment to shine. I think I did that respectfully. I waited for the right moment. I didn't force that fill earlier. I could have been technically busier. Every time we see somebody live, when you're like an adult, musician, you're like, you think, wow, that's impressive. Like, wow, that's real impressive. Yeah, man, no, you can do that. You did it all over the song. you so many times. It was impressive. You get what you picking up what I'm putting down? Like, but did it fit? Did it serve the song or did it serve the player, right? Was the timing of it correct? Was it the right moment? Was it perhaps the wrong moment? Could have been of better use at another time in the arrangement, right? So let's listen to this ending fill. Slow that down. I'm not even going to break that down. Next video. Take 3. Stop. Super stock fill, right? Bum, 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 bum. You tell me, should you play a fire-breathing fill there, or is that not good enough? Bum, 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 bum. I mean, it says big fill, and I played it as big as I could. There's a kick, too. Triple stop. Bam, 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 bam. If that is what is available to you to perform well, then you should play that. Here's an example. What if the room is really tight and there's like 3 drummers, right? There are only 2 can tape, right, in every region and advance to the area recording, and which qualifies you for the state band, right? So if you play a stock fill and you're like, I don't think it's good enough, I think it's not good, woohoo. But then you play this undeniable, it's another word I use a lot, undeniable take. Like, dude, kid's got it, man. Kid smoked it, did his homework, did her homework, But then the next player, or 2, the top 2 or 3 in the room, right? They come in and they beat your fill. It's better. It's more technical. 1, 2, boom. 1, 2, bell, splash. I got 2 splashes and a tambourine. But sure, that's fine. Then did they play a more technical fill? Yeah. But they better beat you on the take. You know what I mean? What if they get to the bridge? What if they stop? If you stop in the room, if you have like a flub, if you drop a backbeat, and then because you like a lot of students can't hear, they play too loud, and they're like, there, and then you get back. That's a deduction. You're not ahead by 50 points, but you're ahead by 2 or 5, which is enough to to win. So, the message: play a big fill at the top, but stick to what you know and go from there. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing or what your buddies are doing. It's got to be ice cold. And your mindset is, I'm preparing to record for area, not I'm going to clean it up. In the 2 weeks, you're just going to be polishing and doing some other things. All right, top of the page. I hope there's something there to take away from that. Yeah, I like that, Bill. Connects all the way. Variation, the new fill for you. Lock in. If it hasn't been crystal clear yet, that is a trio playing. It's the bass, keys, and you, my friend. And that is what we labeled intro. If you didn't label it, label it. That's the 4/4 bar, measure 7, all right? It's a great chance to revisit that bass pattern. If you're going to get bars 1 and 2. I'll give you another pro tip. It's bar 3 and bar 4 that you really need to work on. And make sure that you're really locking into that and it feels good. Don't just play whatever there, okay? It's so busy, and when the horns come in at A, like, you have to know when to fit in, and then it will shine. All right. Pro tip. It's a trio there. Lock in with your companions. No crash again. Woo, a lot of space. Lock in. Woo, a lot of voicing there. On the crescendo, boom, hat, cymbals. I went around, kind of around the world. I liked it. Lay back here. Lock in. I take the whole measure there. Again, just as a reminder, I'm on the bell. 2, 3. Lock into the band. And as a pro tip, I'm not giving you guys too much. Well, hopefully I'm giving you a ton of information. But that's a flam accent. Flam accent, flat. Flam accent, flam. So if you can play them that fast, that's kind of what I'm doing. And then just make good sounds like I hope you hear in my video. Good. Again, space for this axis. I guess I did it 3 times. The whole band's interacting now. So simple is solid, okay? Yeah, I like that. There's that. And a 4E again, take last measure on page 1. Okay, that's going to be measure 51. And a 2E, bagadaga. I came off on the hi-hat on like the last note, which wasn't particularly an accent, which is written. I don't know. Should I lose the contest for it? Should I quit? Like, no, it's fine music. It's fine. It is a long road, right, to discover, like, what is the perfect part? Well, first off, you should seek greatness in yourself and less perfection, okay? Greatness over perfection. That's my advice on that. Let's listen to that one more time. I particularly like how I came in with the hi-hat at the top of page 2 right after this. Seamless, right? Sounds great. Woo! I filled into there. Page 2, please get out your writing utensils, class. 55, 56. Measure 57. Circle beat 2. Highlight it. And then write the word fill. 1 yen, 2 yen, 3 and okay, and practice that. And don't do it at tempo. Do it slower. Ah. All right, on to take 4. The opening feels a little different. It's more in the box. We got a drag dump coming up too. In the box. Pretty complex. That's my style. I really wish I did something different there for you guys. It's always snare to the toms. I'm looking at measure 16 next. Lock in with the band. You just completed your trio moment. Remember we talked about that. Open hi-hat to the closed. Listen to this fill. It's a drag. Huggadoom. And I call it a dump because we like to say we dump the truck. So it's kick tom tom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kick tom tom. Huggadoom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Huggadoom. Okay, that's what's going on. And listen to that effect. Yeah. Yeah. So that fills another option. It was real safe and it was real clean 16th notes, maybe some accents on the E's and O's, which are funky, right? Just like in swing music, left-hand accents on the upbeat. It did not interact like I did many other times with the saxes. 1, 2, and 3, and right? This is my sax. 1, 2, and 3. And all my other fills went boom, shaka digga doom doom. Right there. This one went boom, shaka digga 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 digga. It's an option. Let's listen to that. Here we go. 1. Yeah. It's like bum bum ba da goom doom. And then the floor tom was my goom doom. 1, 2, 3. That's what that fill is. Woo. Single drum. Woo. That's probably my favorite fill right there, if I had to pick one. Yeah. Man, let's listen to that. If you haven't totally processed it yet, something I do in every fill, every day, all the time, is that I express the volume. My fills are not one volume. They're not a stick height. I push through. I've gotten really good at inverted double strokes. So just slowly, right, 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 left, left, right, inverse. If you can play 1 E and 1 E and right, right, left, left. That's only one part of whatever pours out of this peanut brain. But listen to this inflection. Let's just call it, suffice it to say, it's inflection of the hands, right? One more time. Boom. You know, that's a fill to me, okay? All right, we're coming up to it. Talking about measure 36. Here we are. 2, get ready, listen. Boom. I sneak in while this boom is decaying, the natural 12. I don't play ba-ba-bum in the floor tom. Boom. Boom. And all this kind of breathing. It's kind of like what happens in my mind and my body when I play music. Yeah, so just control that. Don't look like a crazy person, like I did for probably way too long. And hopefully the two will intersect and you will play music that makes your heart full and other people's too. Interacting with the horns, background. Woo! That's probably my favorite fill there. I was in the zone. It's kick, kick, right, left. Kick, kick, floor snare. Hugga-da-pa, hugga-da-uh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hugga-da-ga. So it's like a 4-stroke rough, with the triplet element being the kick, kick, floor. And the resolution on the bigger beat is the left. You tracking? We're talking drumline and jazz and all sorts of... We're talking music, right? Kick, kick, pa. Let's listen to it. Ready. So I go 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. Kick, kick, floor, snare. Can't say. Like that. Here we go. 1, 2. Yeah, and if you're really now, if I didn't confuse you, sorry, that was measure 45. All right, moving on. I can tell you there. I like to interact with the trumpets, and I can tell you there at measure, I'm sure I wrote this down. Measure 47, I played the trumpet hits early. Could you tell? Let's listen to it together. Now, of course, you can be like, oh, I see it. It's just a testament to playing with confidence. You ever heard your band director say, if you're going to make a mistake, make it loud. I don't want to hear, I want to hear, I'm like, because what happens before and after that is going to be powerful and not like, oh, questionable, terrible, questionable, and we're back. That's just too long. So let me play it for you. I'll cue you in at 46 if you take your eyes at 46. 1, 2, 46, go. 1, 2, look at me now on the screen. Woo! Back and check out that snare fill. That happens the next measure. I didn't smile. I normally do. But I also didn't stop. I didn't do a poo-poo face or anything, and I feel like revealing these things to you guys is important. So we're gonna listen one more time. I won't stop it. 1 and 2 and 3, 46. 1. I caught one on the left. Yeah. Whatever. Open there every time. It just feels wrong not to. And I ring out every time. I was going to record a version of this for you guys that played short at the end where it says let ring. Bomb, short. I was going to choke it, but I mean, let's talk about it. Interpretation, right? We were talking about that several times. And I could have interpreted playing that short. I've sat on a lot of panels for judging this contest, including the state panel. And like any region judging panel or state judging panel, it is, first off, it is stacked with incredibly beautiful playing and intelligent people, all band directors, and people that should be in the room doing this. And sometimes we have differing opinions. You know what I mean? So in the legit contest, that's what the band directors call it, guys, the orchestral and the concert band, which is the, percussion, all-state percussionists. This is all-state drum set, yes. In the orchestral or the legit contest, there's a different type of room for interpretation. I'm going to repeat that. There's a different type of room for interpretation. And I would put my neck out there and say there's less interpretation that's welcome in the legit contest. Like you can't roll a note when there's no roll. I mean, even because you think it sounds good. Oh, maybe we'll put a trill here. Don't do that. It's not written. You're going to get a deduction. Nobody wants to hear your interpretation of that. And that's that style. In the jazz style, it's not that. We've been using the word interpret all day. And I've got several different takes because I think different parts work all over the song. So, I mean, we can't, certainly, I think everybody watching this video would agree, at every jazz chart in the history of the world, and those to come, thanks to cats like Giroux, Zaremba, and Kris Berg, who are still writing, I think everybody would agree that, I mean, we're not just going to play the drum set one part, and that's the right part, and everything else is wrong or like not welcome. No, there's room for interpretation. So, where am I going with this? The panel of the judges. What risks you can take as a contestant in this contest? I would just let the cymbals ring there. We're still talking about my comment about letting the cymbals ring and how I did not record a short ending. I don't think you'd lose points for it. That's my opinion. It says let ring. Man, I'm a working big band drummer. I interpret charts all the time. And I think the whole band ends short there. Ba bum. So just do that. That would be fine. I think it would sound great. It is an opportunity in the contest. Stay with me. Get close now. It is an opportunity to adhere strictly to the information that's presented to you that says let ring. So I feel good about letting it ring because it's on the chart. And I have taken many liberties other places in these two recordings. So I'm going to go ahead and just do what it tells me to do there. And I definitely won't lose points for doing that because everybody on the panel, even if I have a differing opinion and say, hey, I'm a working big band cat, man. I mean, it's cool. It's cool to just play short there, even though it says let ring. I might find myself with an accomplished person, right? That says, man, it says let ring. And maybe they play drum set too. Maybe they're a working cat. Maybe they're also a working legit cat. The legit cats would be like the ones to say, nah, man, it says let ring. It's got to ring. It's got to ring. He choked it. I got to just a little bit, 1 point. Just remove yourself from that conversation and let that ring. Okay, that was a long-winded version and explanation of that, but I hope that helped. You're probably going to leave the video now. If you're still here, thanks for watching. My name again is Mike Gomez. I teach drum set, and I live in San Antonio. I teach at St. Mary's University. I'm available for private lessons, studio recordings, and all the things. I teach audio production as well at the university. So good luck to everybody. Thanks again to the composers and the arrangers, to TJEA, TMEA. I want to give a quick shout out, because I can, to my boy Jeff Ryder of Jeff Ryder's Drum Shop in San Antonio. Basically, every piece of percussion equipment you see me play ever is from Jeff Ryder. If you live anywhere near San Antonio, New Braunfels, anything like that, Seguin, go see Jeff. Tell him I sent you, you know. You'll be in the club. I don't get kickbacks. I don't ask for any of that. I'm not going to get a deal. Like, I just want you to go to Jeff's because they're the coolest and nicest people around. And they're the most knowledgeable drum techs in the city. I mean, there's a reason they do all the biggest things that come through the city. They've got the greatest deals. And yeah, they're just beautiful people, man. So shout out to Jeff Ryder and Alex at the shop. And of course, I just want to like shout out Gretsch. I'm a Gretsch guy. I'm not officially endorsed yet. Gretsch, would love to be. The only drums I play. Love that great Gretsch sound. I hope that you all enjoyed these videos. Look at my other videos from years past to check out my Brooklyn and my USA. I'm playing my beautiful hammered brass snare right now. Shout out to Zildjian. I mostly play Zildjian. Also would love to be with you guys. And Sabian was with Sabian at one point. Still love you guys too. Kris and company. Andy, yeah, and Andy Zildjian was just real sweetheart. Appreciated meeting you, buddy. And so I'll do a gear walkthrough because I think some of you guys like that. But good luck. Find me at Instagram at the DMG, or here on YouTube as well, and message me. I'm not going to give you my number on this video because, yeah, and but I'd be more than pleased to talk with you or message with you if you have any questions about the music. You don't need to pay me to ask a question. So if you're a high schooler in the contest, and you genuinely need some help or have some questions, give me a shout. I'd love to see if I can help you guys. Now it's really long. Thank you guys. Big love. I love doing this. 10 years. Wow. Yeah, signing off. Bye now.